Hey everybody, having nobody else's auto. 7 o'clock Sunday evening, time for some Sunday Night Live chat. A lot of guys ready to go on YouTube already. Leo's here. Leo's been there waiting for a while. Jim's on. Bill Wagman's here. Colorado Memorial. Mark is back. Jim's here. Glad you guys are all here. Kevin L's on. Kevin went to Pioneer Village. Just got back from vacation and he loved it. It was awesome. Well, glad you enjoyed it. Scott's here. Every time we get kind of off on something like that, you know, especially something that I geek out about, Pioneer Village, Auburn Court, Duesenberg, things like that, you know, I'm always wondering, you know, worried about, well, maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just weird and I kind of get into this stuff a little too much. But glad that Kevin L. agrees with me that Pioneer Village is an awesome place to visit, and I hope you guys get a chance to get there as well. Randy's here. Brian Dispatch. Alan is on. Kevin said it was amazing. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it, Kevin. And we've got a lot more content coming up from there. Getting ready to start putting some of that up. I'll probably get one of those up this week. I've got Pete's here. In fact, I didn't even have them all uploaded from a month ago. I just realized the other day. I was going to put one up last night. I realized I didn't even have them all up. So I've got them all uploaded now, so I will get those ready and get some more Pioneer Village videos coming out. Numero uno is here. But so be sure to check it out. Like I said, we got more cool stuff coming from there. I'm always excited when you guys go check that stuff out, and then you let me know that you really did enjoy it and you really thought it was cool, and glad everything went well and you had a good trip. Dad's on with us. Bud's here. So Johnny Z's on with us. Just kind of trying to keep track of everybody as they log in. This week was pretty calm, other than it was like 103 all week. So I did put up the video from the storm from a couple weeks ago from the yard's point of view. I did get that up the other night, so I hope you guys caught some of that. Wall DC is here. So, but it was just miserably hot this week. That was it. Tony's on, just miserably hot. But that's part of it. It doesn't mean that orders don't have to go out. Parts have to get pulled. Orders have to go out. It's just hot. The one thing about it, one thing for sure, I knew it by the end of the day. By the end, I got to the evening, I knew it had been that miserable. Yes. Hello. You decided to make an appearance? You did? You going to say hi to everybody? You going to say hi to everybody? They're saying hi to you. Meow. Scott's on with us on Facebook. Smitty the Gray Kitty. Haven't he always called you Smitty before? You going to say hi to everybody? Maybe you should say hi, then maybe you should go get down. Yes. Say hi to everybody over here. Over here. Just turn around over here. Turn around and look at everybody over here. Yes, see? You don't care. Yes. Kenny's here with us. No, don't knock. You're going to start knocking stuff off like you did last week. Dennis is on. How about you move? Yes, there's too much stuff here, isn't there? The auction piles are too big, and there's stuff stacked all over the desk, and that's the keyboard. Yes, you do not tap dance on the keyboard. Yes, you are not happy, are you? Yeah, I know. All right, say hi to everybody. Then we're going to put you down. You do not want to be held like that, do you? Yes, okay. All right, tell everybody bye. You're going to go sit down and go to sleep. Yes. Meow. Okay. All right. There you go. All right, lots of comments here. Smitty is a jack of all cuddles and a master of interruption. She's definitely a master of interruption. Let's see. PFF Flyers here. Let's see. I know I'm missing a lot of stuff here. Let me try to get caught back up. Kevin says Pioneer Village definitely takes you back in history, but to get things settled with my, yeah, on my Dodge pickup, they just totaled it, gave me a check, and let me keep it. So I'm still driving it, but I'm looking for another pickup. I just can't find what I want. Of course, what I want is kind of hard to find. I want like a 2010 or a 2011 Dakota, but it's got to be extended cab. I can't have a crew cab because a crew cab only has like a 5-foot bed. And bumpers and fenders don't fit in the back of a 5-foot bed very well, running back and forth to the yard. So I've been looking, trying to find like a 09 to 2010, 2011, the end of the Dakotas when they quit making them, extended cab with a 6-foot bed. You know, and I want to get a decent one, not something with 250,000 miles that's all ragged out. So I did settle on it. They did total it and just gave me a check and let me keep it. I'm still driving it. It just, you know, when it rains, it comes right in the passenger door. But it's getting me by until I can find something. But like I said, just trying to find a little Dakota. So if it's got a little Dakota like that, that's what I'm looking for. So anyway, Alex on with us on Facebook. So what's been happening? Lots of stuff going on. Before we get too deep into things, real quick, a little bit of housekeeping as usual. Please double check your autocorrect before you hit send. If autocorrect changes something in your comment and I cannot make it out, I will have to skip it and go to the next one. I missed some, but I try to catch most of them. If you're on the Nobody Show Facebook page, as always, I cannot see those comments. If you want to comment, participate in the auctions, you will need to be on the Nobody Else's Auto page on Facebook, as this is a shared video from that, or the Nobody Show YouTube channel. If you just want to hang out on the Nobody Show page on Facebook, you're perfectly fine. Trolls, as always, we get a troll on here occasionally. I ignore them because they're trying to get my attention because they can't get any from mommy. And you guys do an outstanding job of making sure they know they're not welcome here. So if you see somebody making weird comments, I will ignore them. And a lot of you guys are great about taking care of them. I appreciate that. Throw a share out there. Let your friends know that we are on. We are boogieing. Super chats are awesome as well. Let's see what's going on here. More comments. Alex is here with us. Scott, my car was totaled a few weeks ago back in Missouri. Has changed the laws, and any car beyond 6 years old can't be titled and salvaged anymore. And they didn't title mine and salvage you. They just let me keep it. They didn't touch the title on it. So I had not heard that. Offer up barn cats like Sally Struthers did to poor kids for only 13 cents. 13 cents a day, you can keep Gray Kitty eyeballs deep. Yeah. Yeah, you. That's you, dum-dum. Alec got his stuff on Friday. Awesome. Glad those plates got there. Glad you're happy with them. So, yeah, we can do an Adopt a Gray Kitty program. What do you think of that, dum-dum? She don't care. But anyway, what else is happening? Real quick, before we get too deep into anything else, the next couple of Sundays are going to be kind of weird. I've got a lot of stuff going on over the next few weeks in August. Doug's on with us on Facebook. I don't know if you've been with us. I don't recognize your name, Doug. I don't know if you've been on here before with us or not, but welcome for joining the chat. And so the next couple Sundays I will get on, but I don't know where I'm going to be or what I'm going to be doing. So it may be YouTube only. We will see depending on how things go, what's going on. I know the next couple of weekends are going to be really busy. So I may be on from a hotel. I may be on live on YouTube on the computer. If guys on Facebook want to get on, I can probably just throw my phone up and go live on my phone. But I will throw a post out. So, you guys have a little bit of heads up if we're going to be on time at 7 or kind of have an idea what's going on. So the next couple of weeks, kind of keep an eye out on the posts. And I'll keep you guys up to date as to what we're going to do. They will probably be shorter episodes. We'll jump on. If I find something on the road, we'll have a few auctions, things like that. So Alvin's on with us on Facebook as well. Don't know if I've seen you on before, so welcome to the chat. So like I said, just kind of pay attention over the next couple of weeks, guys, and I will try to keep you in the loop as to what's going on. And we will be on somehow, some way, even if it's a abbreviated or modified episode. But if I'm out on the road and hopefully I find some cool stuff, we'll at least have some auction stuff and some cool things to talk about if I'm out on the road. So anyway, what else is going on here? Pete, if the truck isn't salvaged, what keeps you from selling it? Nothing. It's mine. It's still my truck. Nothing changed on that. Nothing's different at all. Bud like the Chad and Chad videos. Randy's here with us. Jeff from Ontario. Neil's on with us. Glad Mark's back tonight. Good to see you back on again, Mark. Yeah, no kidding. That's true, number one. Those things are tough to find, though. I've been watching pretty religiously in, the Kansas, Oklahoma, Missouri type area, and I'm just not coming up with anything. But they're tricky to find. Bad part about it is the night after it got hit, whenever that was a month ago, the next Monday morning, I looked on Facebook and there were two of them, one in Wichita, one in Joplin. But the problem was that was the week we were getting ready for race week. And so I didn't have a chance to settle with insurance till after we got back from race week. And of course, they were both long gone, at that point. So, but anyway, the Chad and Chad videos, I'm glad you guys enjoyed that. I hope you guys caught some of the live over on Bang Shift. Chad Reynolds, good friend of mine. I've known that knucklehead for a long time. And when I posted that Suburban, he fell in love with it. It came in a little over a year ago. And Chad runs a lot of my stuff on Bank Shift, which I can't thank him enough for doing that. And he's like, oh, yeah, I seen you post that up. And I checked with you a few days later. I was like, dude, it was like 17 minutes. It's like, boom, that video was like, dude, what's up with the Suburban? So, but he loves it. It's a cool truck. And it is a good truck. It really is a good truck. He's excited about it. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. It was fun doing the live with Chad. He's a great guy. We always have a lot of fun. Well, okay, Neil, you know him. I mean, is knucklehead a bad description or is it an accurate description? I'm just asking. You know him as well as I do. So, yeah, he was geeked about it for sure. There's no doubt about that. So if you guys didn't catch some of that, check it out. See? Exactly, Neil. That's what I thought. But like I said, great dude, and known him for a long time. Had a ton of fun with that guy whenever we're on Rocky Mountain Race Week and anytime we run into each other. And we do, yeah, that's right, Mark. We do have a lot of fun. He genuinely is a great dude. And his wife, Daphne, passed away a few years ago, and her and Addie were really tight. Daphne was a great person. And like I said, her and Addie were really, really close, got to know each other really well on a few race weeks, and just great people. So a lot of fun. Got to meet Otis, the shop dog, brought his folks with him, got to meet them. Had a great time. So that was a 6.2 GM diesel in that Suburban. Number one says Rockhead is less offensive than Knucklehead. Okay. We can go with that too. Whatever. I'm good with that. So that's right, Neil, Wicked Chick. That's what we use to remember Daphne by. Team Wicked Chick. That's what we called Daphne, and she was a special person. So they're great people, and I've always had a great time with them. So it's fun. It's fun when that stuff works out, and yeah, that's what I said. He made it very clear. He brought his smallest trailer he had. He made that very clear. He brought the smallest trailer he had for a reason. So Michael's on with us on Facebook. He was on with us on the Chad and Chad show that day too. So, in fact, I think you were on the live, if I remember correctly, Michael. So glad you got on with us and had a lot of fun with that. But it's off to a good home. It's down at Chad's down in Texas. Just rad hold for the time being. He's getting his shop finished up. But big plans for it. Super cool truck. And can't wait to see how it all comes together. So I'm glad you guys enjoyed that as well. But that's what's fun about what we do. We're all here for one reason, because we love these old cars and trucks, and we have a lot of fun with it, and we make some great friends doing it. And that's what's important. And that's why we're all here every Sunday night. Checking my notes. What else is coming up? F&E, Collector Auto Auction, starting on that. If you are not on those pages on Facebook and YouTube, get on them. There's going to be a lot of cool stuff coming up. Started shooting some cars last week. Talked to one consignor with a bunch of cars. So a big possibility there. Lots of exciting things getting ready to happen. F&E October 7th this year here in Great Bend, Kansas. So if you're anywhere near and you want to come up for that, please mark your calendar on that as well. It's going to be a good show again, and we always have a lot of fun with that as well. Meekum this weekend, Harrisburg. I looked through a lot of the results last night, and looked like, a lot of the market is returning to reality, which we know. They did still have a pretty strong sell-through ratio. I would say they're probably in the 2/3 range, which is about what you want to be, 65, 67%. That's pretty realistic. It doesn't matter, and this is something I've learned from doing an auction. It doesn't matter if, it doesn't matter what you do or how you talk to some people. There are people that are going to list cars with you with unrealistic expectations, and that's going to happen. And, you're going to see that at any auction. And so, getting super high sell-through rates is very difficult, other than the last few years during COVID when the market was just off the rails. But realistically, that 2/3 is about an average, I would say, and I think that's probably where they ended up. Brian's here with us. And a lot of cars were selling for fair money. What they were selling for looked reasonable for what the car was. Did hear from Jim Wicks today. He got a couple of super cool ones. Scott says there's a 62 Fury that's selling for $115. Wow. I've never seen a 62 Fury bring $115 either, though. But there again, that's also the beauty of an auction. If you're selling, you get two guys on it and they don't want to give up, that can happen. But Jim bought a couple, and I thought he did extremely well for his clients on these, because these cars are pretty amazing. He sent them to me today, and I looked at them. The first one was lot F83 on Friday, a 1960 Ford Thunderbird. Now, good-looking bird, pretty light green with a white roof, aquamarine with a white roof, aquamarine, not light green. I think you sent me a picture of it. I've got it brought up on the other computer screen here, but I'll show it to you here on the phone so you guys get an idea what it looks like. But a very, very attractive car. What was super interesting about it, and you probably can't tell from that picture, it's got a hole in the roof. Yep, 60 Thunderbird with a factory sunroof. I thought that was extremely odd. So I looked it up and to see what it said on Mecum, and it said they made 2,536 of them. There's about 500 of them known to exist. So they made, and I didn't know that, they made 2,500 1960 Thunderbirds with a factory sunroof. Beautiful car. It said 1,000-hour restoration, which is a lot of time. And Mecum shows that sold at $44,000. So it hammered at $40,000, 44 out the door. That's a pretty good looking car. Scott said he saw him on TV buying a 57 Chevy. The other car that he sent me some info on, another very special Ford. Nate's here with us. I thought you were going to say it was one of the wind damage cars in the auction. I seen a little bit about that too pop up, and I don't know. I never heard much about that. I haven't talked to Jim. I just texted with him a few times. But I did see a little bit on Facebook. They had a tent blow down, and it did damage some cars. So another car that Jim got bought, like I said, I haven't talked to him in person. Just he sent me a couple things that he got bought to share with you guys. Another stunning car, and it's also a Ford, but it's a beautiful car. 56 Crown Vic in coral and white, which is basically pink and white. But what made this car stand out is, loaded to the gills with options. Like everything. Dual spotlights, Continental kit, accessory bumper guards, but it also had factory air, which is extremely rare in a Ford. Ford was the baseline of Ford products. Then you went Mercury, then you went Lincoln. But it, factory air in a car like that was just awful weird. Very, very weird. So stunning car. Those were a couple that Jim got. Bill Disk is here. Been busy with some job training. We're glad you're on tonight with us. Pete said a couple of Mopars got flattened roofs. I did see a picture of a Mopar with a flat roof, but I didn't hear the whole story on it yet. Leo said his big box is like Christmas early. Yep. So he got some good stuff. Like I said, I haven't talked to him. I don't have the entire scoop of everything that happened this weekend, but he did send me those to share with you guys. So I thought that was pretty good stuff. Something else I did notice looking at the results that we continue to see 90s cars getting stronger all the time, especially 90s era pickups. So you see more and more of them at these collector auto auctions, and they're getting more and more popular. So crazy to think about it, but that stuff from the 90s is, in the 30-year-old window, and it's continuing to pick up. We're continuing to see more and more of it. and the market seems to be getting a little better all the time on it. So definitely thought that was interesting as well. Mississippi is a little ways to go for me. Yeah. Yep, I can find a couple of them scattered in various corners of the country, but I'd like to stay no more than 4 or 5 hours away from me so I can go look at it before I bought it. But one other thing that got brought up last week, books. A lot of you guys ask what I'm reading, and if you guys want, we're not going to do it every week, but once in a while I'll throw one in. Well, the book we talked about last week, I did bring it with me tonight to share it with you. A Higher Call, an incredible true story of combat and chivalry in the war-torn skies of World War II, about a damaged B-17 that was basically escorted home, back to the channel, or not home, but back to the channel by a German fighter. So this was an amazing story. 5 days before Christmas of 1943, a badly damaged American bomber struggled to fly over wartime Germany. At its controls was a 21-year-old pilot. Half his crew was wounded or dead. It was their first mission. Suddenly, a sleek, dark shape pulled up to the bomber's tail, a German Messerschmitt fighter. Worse, the German pilot was an ace, a man able to destroy the American bomber with a squeeze of a trigger. What happened next would defy imagination and later be called the most incredible encounter between enemies in World War II. So, it's an amazing story. And like I said, if you guys are interested, I'm not going to do a book every week, but every once a month or something, we can sure throw a book in here if you guys are curious about it, because you guys do sometimes ask what I'm reading. This was an amazing book. This was a super amazing book. So that one is well worth reading as well, if this is something you guys are into. And there's just. And another thing I learned about reading this book, because it talks about the pilots. It talks about both of the pilots. Pete says definitely include book suggestions. And these pilots, where they were and how things ended up, it's crazy. So it's a great book. Ye Old Pub was the B-17, and it was shot up bad. And this German fighter pilot made sure these guys got back safe, even after what they were going through. So Pete says definitely throw in some books now and again, so we can sure do that. Great read. Definitely excited about that one, and I know you guys would definitely enjoy it. I haven't seen the one in Leavenworth. I don't really want to stick, but I would probably look at it. I'll have to see if I can find that one. Leavenworth's up by Kansas City, so that's not too bad for me. I just haven't found that one yet. Bill's is going to put that on his read list. Leo's getting thirsty. That's a great idea, Leo. That is a good idea. Throw some badges up there. Yeah, and when you read that book, Mark, that's another thing. Things do happen for weird reasons, and that's and not only that, is obviously that B-17 was so shot up, it had fallen behind. It was at a low altitude. It couldn't keep up with its formation. It was a sitting duck, literally a sitting duck. So there was nothing anybody could have done had they decided to blow that fighter pilot decided to blow that B-17 out of the sky. It was a sitting duck. Nobody could have done a thing about it. So pretty amazing. Anyway, new inventory. What came in this week? Just one 1950 Studebaker truck, old farm truck, 1.5-ton size. No, I think it may have a flatbed on it, but a bigger 50 Studebaker truck is the only thing that came in this week. So we'll be getting some content on that as well. Tons of stuff sitting here. I made a list of, I think there's like 13 or 14 videos I need to do, almost 20 vehicles that you guys haven't seen yet. So I've got to get on some of that and get some of that stuff done and up for you guys. On to the promo model. Then we're going to do some badges and some emblems. And then we're going to have some story time. Then we're going to do some auctions. And then we're going to give away this mobile porcelain pump plate and announce the new raffle before we finish up last week's magazine, back half of the May 1963 of popular hot rodding. So let's keep moving, everybody. No, nothing on the plane yet. Bill wants more badges. Still trying to get my buddy Doug up here this rollback. We have not gotten to the plane yet. So I want to get it done. We're definitely going to shoot it all for you. There's no doubt about it. Ryan and Amy were out in the Studebaker truck today. So Leo said Leo wants a free raffle. I'm going to wait on any free raffles until after we do the main raffle tonight, Leo. On the main raffle, I don't want anybody to feel like they got their luck burned up before that. So we'll do the main raffle, then we may throw a few free ones in after that. But promo model tonight. A car you don't see very often and a pretty decent model. The 1961 Mercury Monterey two-door hardtop in turquoise metallic. Kind of a pretty color. Promo's really in pretty decent shape. It's not chipped up on the front. Even still has both front fender badges still on it. The rear has all of its taillights and everything. Inside's a little bit dusty and crusty, but it actually did have a two-toned interior. All original tires and wheels. A lot of you guys are digging this thing. It's a good-looking Promo. When I was polishing it up last night, this one does not say anything on the bottom of it, though. A lot of these Fords do. This one does not. You know, a lot of these have been sitting around for a long time, and I take some rubbing compound and polish them out a little bit and kind of shine them up and spiff them up a little bit for you guys. And I was like, man, this thing is really slick as I started getting it cleaned up. So Alex says that was a popular car back in the day. So a lot of you guys are liking it. So a lot of you guys are digging the Mercury tonight. It is something different that you don't see. All six of the taillights across the back, kind of similar to the 63 Merc we did a video on here a week or two ago. But a pretty car in the turquoise metallic. So something a little bit different, something we don't see very often, but a nice promo. I just love promos. The more of these we do, the more excited I get back. I'm getting more and more back into the promos because we're doing this, which is exciting to me. Time for some badges and emblems. As always, we'll start with a pre-war badge, then we'll move to something different in the post-war. We've got something totally different. Do I have a display for my promos? I've got a big case here in the office that has 6 shelves in it, and I've got probably 40 of them in there. And then I'm starting to put some shelves over in the other new shop and starting to put more of them over there. So yes and no. I do, but it's full, so I'm working some other angles and getting more on shelves. So Alec on Facebook digs it too. Everybody loved the little Merc tonight. So Scott, there was a 67 Cyclone sold this weekend. Yeah, a lot of these Mercury made some really cool stuff that really doesn't get a lot of the attention they deserve on all these. Nate was always a fan of the 60s Mercs over the Fords. The Meteor line of cars in Canada was a Mercury body with Ford roofs and powertrains and distinct chrome grills. I've seen a little bit on Meteors, number one, but I've never really studied them much. Yes, Tweedledee D, I did get your check on the international cap. Is that the one we were talking about? I did get that. So, any idea how many I have? Not for sure. I've got them scattered all over. And that's another nice thing about doing this is I'm actually getting them out, cleaning them up. And as we do that, then I'm putting them back on shelves. So these boxes of them I've had stored for years. I'm fine. Perfect. Yes, I did get that. So, so I'm actually kind of working towards getting my promos in better shape from what they were. So, and because we're doing this, which is even better. So. But we'll start off with our typical pre-war badge and then get to a post-war. The post-war badge tonight's going to be a little funky. It's going to be kind of fun. The pre-war badge actually identified on AmericanAutoEmblems.com, the awesome website that I definitely use, and I think a lot of you guys have started to use, actually call this a rare one. So when they call it scarce or hard to find, that means something for as many badges as those guys have studied. So This one officially declared rare by the American Auto Emblem website, so that means something to me. Kenny says one thing he doesn't have is any promos. This badge here was used from 1925 to 1927 for the 4-cylinder Chrysler. Yeah, check this thing out. Great looking badge. Lots of colors in it. This one does have some chipping in the blue ribbon down here, but the 4 is actually in here in blue. Obviously got the Chrysler across here. The lightning bolts through it. The kind of flowery looking badge here. It kind of looks like, you know, like a number 1 ribbon or something, a State Fair ribbon. Pete now has 51 promos. Holy cow. So this is a pretty cool one, and it's different. It says the ones with the 4 are rare, so that kind of surprised me. On the back, this was a stud mount, single stud mount on the back on the Chrysler 4 used from 1925 to 1927. So pretty neat piece. One, you know, and there again, when the American Auto Emblems website says they're rare, that means something. So I thought that one was kind of neat. Leo's been using nail polish for fixing those colors, and that does work. You can touch some of these up. If you're careful, you can get some blue and stuff in these and really make these things pop again with just some minor touch-up on them. So that's what you've got for the pre-war badge, the 1925 to 1927 Chrysler 4. How about a Hudson badge? Now for our next badge, we're going to jump up into the 70s. Actually, I didn't tell you how big this one was. This one is about 1 7/8 inches across the body of the ribbon part. About a little under 2 inches across here. Kenny's digging it. Now, we're going to move up to the 70s on something a little bit funky and a lot bit different. VW. Yep, the badge off of an early 70s bay window VW bus. Oh, yeah. Check this thing out. In your face, VW. This is a stainless badge. Great shine, as you guys can obviously see. Pretty good sized. Everybody's getting excited. 9 3/4 in diameter. 9 3/4, so a little under 10 inches. So pretty big VW badge. It is stainless. This had studs on the back. Yep, like it is a big emblem. Stud mount on the front, a slight curvature to it to fit the front of that bus. But yeah, it's a pretty neat piece. I could get a chain and wear it and be a rapper. But I think that's what it is early 70s era bay window bus. But it is cool. It is definitely an in-your-face VW badge. I do have some old VWs, yeah. I've got one bay window bus. I've got a couple of Carmen Gias. I've got a handful of bugs and a handful of rabbits. LL Cool Chad, there we go. Randy says 71 to 73 bus. So, okay, so that's exactly right. So, Randy's our local VW expert, so that clarifies that for sure. Actually, the crazy part about it, I think it did come off the one I've got there, but it didn't. It was not on the bus when I got it. I got this at from another collector, and I didn't even know about the one I've got in the yard. But when I got the one that's in the yard, I bought that from another guy over in the same area, and it did not have this on the bus, but those two guys were tractor buddies. So I think this did come off of the bus I ended up with, but just, a long time before I knew that bus existed. So number one says it's a split window badge. I don't know. Randy said it's 71 to 73, so I don't know. But Jeff's got to bail off. Glad you're here for a while tonight, Jeff. But regardless, it's still pretty cool. It covers up your whole head with the VW bus front badge in stainless steel, a little under 10 inches in diameter. Rusty used to race a bug dirt track 4-cylinder class. How about an Auburn badge? Story time, real quick, some story time. Then we're going to be into auction time. Then we're going to be into giving stuff away on the raffle time. Story time tonight's a car that Dad bought years ago that he was always going to restore, and then actually found one that was restored in the color he wanted. So, not the VW badge is mine. I'm definitely keeping that one. But this is a car that Dad bought years ago. This is one he always wanted, and then he found one about 20 years ago that was restored in the color that he liked. So this one was sold off. But here's a picture of it rat-holed away years ago, probably 30 years ago, on the 1951 Buick Roadmaster convertible that Dad had. Like I said, he's got a restored one now, but this was a car he bought, always wanting to have one of these, and was going to restore this one, just never got around to it. We did go down to, actually went down to Texas to get this car back when I was a kid, and put it in this building, stashed it inside, and sat there for several years till he found that one that was restored in a burgundy, which is what he wanted to paint this one. So he bought that one and eventually ended up selling this one. But it was a complete car, 51 Roadmaster Model 76C. Did have one slight modification, as you can see down here. It does have rear fender fins on it, which was a 52 piece that somebody had added, but it was a 51 Roadmaster convertible. Number one says, nope, it was 71 to 73. Randy was right. So a very interesting old Buick that Dad found years ago that we had around for quite a while, and then it moved on down the road when he found the restored one that he liked. So. Close to a Rain Man car, Ken. The Rain Man car was a 49 Roadmaster Model 76C, an early production 49. There were actually two different trim levels in 49 Roadmaster convertible and two-door hardtop, the straight molding and then the sweep spear molding, which came along later in the year. So that would have been 2 years prior to this one. Doug's here. 69 and 70 LeSabres. I've got some of both, but they're all 4-doors. But I do have both 69 and 70 LeSabres in stock, number one. Oh, yeah, the Rain Man car. So anyway, who's ready for some auctions? Time for some auctions. Let's get into live auctions. I got a massive pile of stuff here. I got some stuff we've never done before. I'm curious if you guys like it. I found it this week. What motor was in the 51 Roadmaster, Alec? Those were all straight 8s. Roadmaster was the bigger 8. Super and Special was a smaller 8. But they were all straight 8s in 51. Buick was all straight 8 up until 53 when Super and Roadmaster got a V8. Special was still straight 8 in 53. And then 54 Buick was all nailhead V8. So Brian is jacked up, ready to go. Auction. So Leo's ready to rumble. That's right, Mark. Full dollar amounts only on bids. As we get rolling into the auctions, real quick, we'll run through it again. I know most of you guys have heard this 100 times, but I will hold up a piece. We will look at it. We will check it out. I will point out any flaws. We'll give you some dimensions on it. We may talk about that particular car a little bit. As we're talking about the piece, if you want to throw a bid out there, please do let me know that we have some interest in that particular piece while we're talking about it. After we get done talking about it, we will put it on a timer. We will go 2 minutes on my phone right here. I just have it right in front of me. I will tell you when 1 minute has passed. I will tell you when 1 minute, 30 seconds has passed. Reason being, everybody's on a delay. Some guys have a 2 or 3 second delay. Some guys have a 20 or 30 second delay. It depends on your device. Smartphone, TV, tablet, PC, all those different things, as well as your provider, depends on what your delay may or not be. And so we'll see how that works out. And I will let you know when 1 minute has passed, when 1:30 has passed. When I announce 1:30 has passed, be getting ready for your max bid, since we don't know how long it's going to take. So sometimes it takes a minute for that to get here. So when I say a minute 30's passed, be ready to throw that max bid out there. Check, money order, Western Union, PayPal, friends and family only for payments. If you need to do something else, just give me a call. Let me know. Shipping is included. I got one bigger toy here. That might be the only thing we may do additional shipping on. But everything other than maybe this one big toy, shipping will be included in the 48 states. If you're not a U.S. buyer, you can go ahead and play along. You can bid whatever you want to do. However, you will have to get me paid, and you will be responsible for non-U.S. shipping due to the fact that this thing kind of funds itself. And if we spend a fortune on 2 or 3 shipments, then it doesn't fund itself for everybody else to play. So non-U.S. buyers are more than welcome to play. Just bear that in mind. If anybody has any questions about something, or if you haven't bid before and you want to go ahead and bid, go ahead. And if you get a bid and don't know what to do, just call me tomorrow. My number is in the description part of these videos on both Facebook and YouTube. Give me a shout, and we will sure get it worked out. Not a big deal. My buddy Mike is on. Tractor Mike is on with us on Facebook, and he is ready for a live auction. What you guys don't know is my buddy Tractor Mike is an auction freak. He is the auction man. I love going to auctions with Mike. We have a lot of fun at auctions. So Tractor Mike is on Facebook right now. Actually, we're lucky Tractor Mike is on with us. He was out in the field last week, got hit by a tornado in the field, blew the windows out of his tractor and everything. So fortunately, he's here with us. So I know, Brian, next time I get out there, we're going to do some videos with him. He's got some great tractors. There's no doubt about it. So number 1 needs a Jubilee hood and badge. So anyway, let's go ahead and get digging through these piles here, and we'll start off with a few cheaper pieces. I will read all the bids as I see them, just so you guys kind of get an idea of what I'm seeing as they pop up. You might want to go ahead and hit refresh on your device, so maybe it gets you caught up in current before we dig into this. We got a lot of cool stuff to roll with tonight, as well as some kind of different things. I do keep track of all this, or I try to keep track of all this on my notepad here as we're boogieing through things, getting ready to go. So I can keep track of everything on tomorrow when I start packaging. When you guys do send payment, please include your mailing address. Every week I end up trying to track down old addresses from payments from a month or 2 ago. So please, if you can help me out by getting your mailing address on your payments, that always makes it a lot quicker for me. Not cheaper. Introductory warm-up pieces. Great. That's a great way to put it. Number 1, introductory warm-up pieces. So that's what we'll call them. So let's see. Starting off with some introductory warm-up pieces. Great idea. Great way to put it, number 1. Matchbooks. Mark's on tonight. He'll dig these. Trucking matchbooks. First one, Brashear Freight Lines, Kansas City, St. Louis, and Tulsa. Direct daily between St. Louis, Kansas City, and Tulsa with a super cool old truck on it. Nothing on the inside of that one, but great artwork on that one. Taxi Company. The Broadway Deluxe Cab Company. Portland, Oregon. Leo at 5. And the best for last, the Western Truck Lines daily service. Check out the graphics on this, running both tankers and regular trailers on this thing. Check this one out. This thing is awesome. Travis is here. And this one has their map on the inside, but check that one out with the tanker and the regular trailer on it. Leo's at 5. Let's get this thing rolling. We are live on the timer. All 3 matchbooks, 1 money. Get my notes made here. Mark at 10, Brian at 12, Alec at 7, So I've got Brian at 12 as my high bidder out of all of that, coming up there at about the same time. Brian at 12, Mark at 20. Yeah, Kenny, there's great graphics on these things. These things are, that's what's crazy is this stuff was works of art. I mean, people, you didn't have the internet. You had to have these tangible pieces in somebody's pocket that was cool enough to remind them of your business. And there's the 1 minute point. Mark at 20 as we hit 1 minute. Alec at 22 on Facebook. And there's the minute 30 mark. Alec at 22. Mark at 23. Coming out of the wire on this one, I've got Mark at 23. A few seconds left. Keeping an eye out. Everyone's getting a little excited about these things. Mark at 25, trying to make sure he covers himself. And that does it. Mark at 25. Number one, it's also how you shared your trust with your friends, families, or strangers. Yeah. Light your cigarette with Dillmore Plumbing and Electric. And that's true. Most people did smoke back then. So that's another good point. Number one, the way, smoking was a lot bigger deal back then, and a lot of people did smoke, and matches were a big, big deal. Let's get another starter piece up here. Just a single license plate, but a cool one, just banged up a little bit, but it is a cool number. 333. This is the early 80s blue with the wheat on it that I really liked. M333. Check this thing out. I love the graphics on this early 80s tag. This one was last used in 82 with the updated sticker. The wheat stock's over here. 333. If 3 is your favorite number, this might be the piece for you. Tweedledee at 15. This is a standard size, regular, basically 12 by 6 inch plate. Aluminum on the back, painted on the front with the wheat stock on the 1982 333 plate. Leo at 20. And we are on the timer. Leo at 20. Alex at 30. Alec at 25, but Alex at 30 came in just before you. Penny matchbooks were free at one time. Yep. This does have a little hickey up over here, but still presents well. The wheat stock still looks good. Mike Strauss, 33. Mike Strauss at 33. I thought you only collected 69 plates. He buys every plate that has 69 on it. He's got a 69 Camaro. He buys every plate that has 69 on it. We've hit the 1 minute mark. I've actually got a few stacked in the back for him. $35 with Alex. As we hit the minute 30 mark. Working our way down on this one. Alex at 35. Michael Gagola at 37. And that does it. Michael Glagola at 37 on Facebook. Got that in at about 156. That was a good shot. More fireworks rolling through on YouTube. That's true. Actually, I never thought of it that way, Kenny. 3 plus 3 plus 3 is 9. 6 and 9. So. All right. What else we got? We got all kinds of stuff in here. Still a couple little toys. Some more little starter toys. These are Tootsies. Starting off with a cute little blue pickup. A lot of the paint has flicked off of this one, but it does still have the tires, wheels, axles in it. It is a Tootsie. It is a cute little booger. Kind of resembles a 48 to 50 Ford. Very loosely, but. And it's a little over 3 inches long. Going with that is a Tootsie race car. This thing is cool. This one I debated on selling. Travis at 5. Check this one out. The little Tootsie race car also was blue. All the tires and wheels are there. Just kind of a basic little toy, but a cute little booger. It's about 3.5 long on the little Tootsie race car. So the little Tootsie pickup and the little Tootsie race car both going together here. Travis at 5. Let's get these things on the timer as we tick away on the little Tootsies. Alec at 20 on Facebook. The little race car is super cool. Alec at 20. One minute has passed. And there's the 130 mark. Alec at 20. 130 has passed. Coming out of the wire on this, Alec at 20. Maybe Alec just blew everybody out of the water with that. Alec going to 22 to cover himself. And that does it. Alec at 22. Those are good little pieces. I like them. How about we do a grease cap? This is kind of a funky one. Doesn't say anything on it, but it's really cool. I looked it up, and I think it is Essex. We're going to give you a badge to think about it, but check this thing out. Doesn't say anything on it. From what I could find, it is Essex. It is a threaded grease cap. Leo at 5. You know, kind of a star-looking shape. It is dented over here on this side. Straight across the point on this thing It's about 3.5 inches point to point. It does go to a point at the top as well. And it is not real deep, about 1 3/4 inches deep. So like I said, I think it's an Essex. It is threaded. It does still have good threads in there. So kind of a cool piece. Leo starting us off at 5. Let's get this thing rolling on the timer. Here we go on the cool little star-shaped Essex grease cap. Yeah, that would look cool going down the road. There's no doubt about that. Leo at 5. Nobody wants. Oh, Alex at 15. That's a kind of a cool cap. Alex at 15. And there's 1 minute. Alex at 15. Michael at 17. Michael at 17 as we hit the minute 30 mark. Michael at 17. We're coming out of the wire. Alex at 18. Few seconds left. Is anybody going to sneak in on Alex at 18 on the Essex crease cap? No. Oh, Leo came in at 19 as it hit 201. Alex at 18. Leo tried and he was just that much too late. Now, I promised you guys a couple of different things tonight. We'll give you Hudson Badger when we're talking about something different. I bought a collection of these, and they're kind of cute. They're really different. I don't know much about them, but they're little tiny license plates. Like I said, I bought a collection of them, various years. Some years have duplicates, some years are singles, but I've got a couple of them to mix in tonight. We'll see what you guys think, whether you like them or not. But these are what they were is DAV, Disabled American Veterans. They have a tag on the back that says postage guaranteed. If you drop these into the mail, they will get them back to the owner. And so I don't know if they registered these. I don't know if they did them as a fundraiser where you could buy these, but they are miniature, tiny keychain license plates. These are 1961s. They did these every year for several years. But they're literally little keychains. There are 2 of them here. They are taped together, so that's why I'm holding up 2 of them. They are a matched set. Leo at 5. 84140. Mark says he remembers these. So, okay. Like I said, I don't know much about them, but they are small. They are little keychains. They were, and maybe they did them for all states. I don't know. The ones I have are all Kansas out of this collection. Something kind of different. Leo thinks they're worth at least $5. So we'll see what happens. Let me get to it. They're tiny. They're like a ½ inch. They're like 1 inch by a ½ inch. Little teeny tiny miniature Kansas license plates. So let's roll. Leo thinks it's worth at least $5, so we're going to at least sell this set and see what happens from there. Tony says South Dakota used to have them. Mark says they did do them for all states. Okay. So they did these for all states. These are Kansas. Everything I've got are Kansas. Sedgwick, this SG was Sedgwick, which would be Wichita. Randy has Iowa, Ohio from 60 to 69. So Scott says he remembers him in Texas. So this was all a nationwide deal. Leo at 5. They may only be worth $5. I don't know. I bought the whole tray of them. I have no idea what they're worth. I don't know if they're worth $5 or $25. 1 minute has passed. I've got several years. I don't know what all I've got. There's 15. I got 15 or 20 sets of them, and they're various years. Some of them have duplicates. Some of them are just singles for the year, so I don't know. Well, there's the minute 30 mark. Nobody must think they're very cool because Leo's only bid at 5. Randy at 6. Mark at 7. Yeah, some people kind of think they're neat. We're coming down to the wire. We'll find out here in just a few more seconds. Mark at 7. Brian Dispatch 12. Leo at 10. Brian at 12. Travis at 13. And that does it. Travis at 13. And then Leo at 13. But Travis at 13 is who we had at the 2 minute mark. We haven't done a can yet tonight. We need to do a can. This one's the front of this looks pretty good. The back of it's a little rough, but it's still kind of cool. On this mobile oil. This was like an aluminum can, and this is all just raw aluminum with the Pegasus and the letters painted on it. Those were 61s is what those were, Leo. This has some corrosion at the bottom. The back is not near as good, but it is the same as the front. So obviously you could set this out, and this would be the side you would display. You see the seam over here. It was used. It was punched on the top. One interesting thing about the top of this, though, is this was Arctic oil. So I thought that was kind of odd, this being an Arctic oil can. I'm guessing this is probably a 60s era. Leo started us off at 5. It is a standard size quart. It is a cool one. There's no doubt about it. Leo kicking us off at 5. Let's get things rolling on this one. It says Arctic on the top. I don't know if you guys can make that out or not. Stamped in it, it says Arctic right across the top. SAE 2020, I think, Arctic oil. We've hit the 1 minute mark. We've got Leo at 5. No problem, Mark. You guys have questions, just ask. We'll be more than happy to show it to you again. Zach's here with us. Dennis at 6. There's the minute 30 mark. Zach's on just for a bit. Leo at 8. Scott's on with us. Coming down to the wire. We've only got Leo at 8 on this mobile can. Pete at 12. Tyler at 10, but I've got Pete at 12 over here, and that does it. Zach came in at 13, just a hair too late. Leo was at 13. Pete at 12 is who I had at the 2 minute mark. We haven't done any caps yet tonight. We got to slide a few caps in here, a few Addy caps. Another one of those that's kind of a different one. But what's also cool about it, there's Auburn badge right there, is a lot of people won't know what it is. When you hang it up in your man cave, it's one of those people who say, what the heck is that? Because it's not one a lot of people are extremely familiar with. So kind of different in that regard. Leo's going to bid 5, and he don't even care what it is. If it's that weird or that cool, Leo is in at 5. It's an Oldsmobile, like a 63, 64 era Oldsmobile with this logo right here that they used in that window. This is a fairly complicated cap. This is all ribbed in here and recessed. This recessed in, these ribs are all stamped in it. This is also dished and then ribbed around here. And then the logo stamped in here. That's right, Mark, need some sunglasses for this one. So this is a very unique cap. If I was going to hang this up, I would repaint this. I'm sure these inserts were red. Alec at 15. Alec wants some hood ornaments. Good. I'm glad you brought that up. I'm going to grab one right now because I've got a super cool hood ornament. Hear that? Yeah, it shook the desk. That's how heavy the hood ornament is. On this Oldsmobile cap, that's what's cool about it. Is it's a different type logo. This is all stamped in the cap. As we look at the back side, you can see how all that's put is actually stamped in there. The diameter on this one is about 10 and a half. About 10 and a half. Alan has one of these as well. I've got Alec at 15. Let's get this thing on the timer and get it going. It's got crazy contours on it, that's for sure. And with this logo not being a real common logo, that's what makes it neat because nobody's going to know what it is. We got something else exciting coming up. We're going to do something different here in just a little bit. Stay tuned. We're going to shake it up a bit. We're going to give you an Auburn badge to think about it before we shake it up a bit. But we've got Alec at 15. We are on the timer. We're rolling along. As we come up on the 1 minute mark, everybody's digging this. Alex got a $15 bid, and it's just crickets. Well, we're going to find out in 1 minute if anybody else is serious about this. So, Alex at 15 on the little Oldsmobile cap, 63, 64-ish era. Zach at 16. And there's the minute 30 mark. Alex a little nervous. Yep. Zach at 16. Michael at 18. Mark at 20. Or 19, excuse me. Mark at 19. We're coming out of the wire on this one. I've got Mark at 19. We got a few seconds left. Zach at 26. Alec at 22, and I got Zach at 26 first. And that does it. Zach at 26. I thought that one might get a little interesting. Randy, that thing, whatever Randy just posted up, it's got his whole hand in his mouth. He's not chewing his nails. It's like his whole hand. Zach at 26. Oh, by the way, you guys will get a kick out of this. Remember last week we did the big Viking badge that Zach bought? When I printed my PayPal on Monday morning that Zach sent, it says, for Viking stabby thingy. So I thought that was kind of entertaining. Who wants to do something different? We're going to shake things up. I've got a badge that I'm going to think about selling that is very rare, but I've got 2 of them. But I will keep it. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. So we're going to do this one a little bit different. Obviously, it's going to have a minimum on it, but also we'll throw a buy it now on it. And if somebody wants it bad enough and hits the buy it now, then it's over. Anybody want to do a buy it now on something? And if you guys like this, we may do a few buy it now things just to throw it in and liven it up. So what's anybody think about that? I'll tell you what the minimum bid's going to be, because this is a rare badge. And everybody says, sure, why not? So everybody, okay. So I'll tell you what the minimum bid is good. It's good. The opening bid's got to be $50, or I'll just keep it. So, but what it is, it's the, as noted by the American Auto Emblem website. Mark says his wife says no. On the Chrysler 4. Yes, this is a duplicate, believe it or not. The Chrysler 4 that we just looked at, this is a duplicate. Opening bid $50, buy it now, $100. If anybody wants to give $100 for it, no timer, no nothing. So, Joe's here. So we'll see if anybody wants to start it at 50. If not, we'll move on to the next piece. Gray Kitty's up here. And I will add this back to my collection. What? You want the Chrysler badge? Alex at 75. So we are live. We're on the timer. Alex at 75. Unless somebody hits it, I buy it now at 100. What do you want? So we're going to sell it, which kind of stinks because then I can't keep it. But but at least with you guys, I know where it's going. Zach wants you too. You're a pain in the butt. How come everybody wants you? You're such a pain in the butt. What? 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 No, you stay back from there. What? What are you doing? You're trying to eat the badge? Alex at 75, so we've got a solid bid on it. 1 minute has passed. Nobody's taking the buy it now option, so we'll see what happens. 25 to 27, 4-cylinder Chrysler. According to the American Auto Emblem website, it's a hard one to find. You're not a hard one to find. You're always in the way. And there's the minute 30 mark. Alex must have scared everybody off, jumping in there, swinging hard right out of the gate. Meow. Are you kidding me, Cat? Coming out of the wire. Looks like Alex scared everybody out of the water. And that does it. Alex did. Alex come in swinging hard with a big opening bid, and nobody wanted to touch him. Are you kidding me? Get off my notepad. I got to write stuff down here, dum-dum. What? You're being a pain in the butt. You're being a pain in the butt. Yes. All right, hood ornaments. Alec wants hood ornaments. We got a hood ornament. This is a really cool hood ornament, actually. I didn't have one, and the guy had two, so I bought both of them. One for me, one for one of you guys. I think I got a mouthful of cat fur now because you're up here. Do you mind? Hey, do you mind? All right, how about you tell everybody hi one more time, and then you need to go get down. All right, there. Tell everybody bye. Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Bye-bye. You are not amused, are you? Well, we're kind of busy. We're kind of busy. Do you mind? How about we put you down over here? Yes. Say bye-bye. Bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Everybody saying bye to you. Okay? You're purring. Meow. All right, here we go. Put your claws away first off. Hey, hey. All right. She's out of the way for the time being. Yeah, you had to get one more in, didn't you? All right, on to the hood ornament. Oh, geez, this thing's heavy. This hood ornament, late 40s era, and it's neat. Like I said, I didn't have one, so I grabbed two of them. It's kind of designed to look like a bird or like a falcon, I guess is kind of what it's designed to look like. Apparently, I tussled her fur. She's over there giving herself a bath. Apparently, I tussled her fur. On this hood ornament here, no, she's not pregnant. I know that. She's all these dum-dums are fixed. That's one thing we did do. Yep, you got it for less than the buy it now. But like I said, we'll throw some buy it now stuff in there every now and again just for the heck of it. This thing here is quite a hood ornament. It's for a 1946 to 1948 era Chrysler. Check this beast out. And I think it's supposed to look literally like a falcon. You know, these are, you know, the wings. We can see all the cat fur that's in here. All this is all cast into this ornament. And it's on both sides. It's on the outside. It looks like wings, as well as the inside. Now, there's no defined face or anything on it, but I believe that that's the look they were going for, was a falcon or a hawk or a bird, something like that. Bright, shiny chrome. It's got a few pits in it. It's a good-sized piece. About 16 and a half inches long. And it's a little over 3 inches wide. So it's about 16 and a half from the tip of the beak to the tip of the wings. Mounted on the hood, right on the front peak of the hood. 46 to 48 era Chrysler. And this thing has got some heft to it. This is pop metal, so it's got a little bit of weight to it. Mark kicking us off at 10 on this super cool hood ornament. Leo at 10 as well. I've got Mark at 10 already on the 47-48 Chrysler hood ornament. Yeah, a cat or 8. Yeah, we can hook you up. Michael at 25. Leo at 26 as we hit the 1 minute mark. Leo at 26. Yeah, I think the artist wanted to look like feathers is kind of what they're going for. Leo at 26. Michael at 30 on Facebook. Michael at 30 as we hit the minute 30 mark. Oh, yeah, it should be worth at least 50. There's no doubt about it. This thing's a beast. I mean, it's going to cost a few bucks just to ship this thing because of what it weighs. Michael at 30. But we're coming out of the wire. Michael at 30 is all we've got. And that does it. Michael at 30. How about we do a badge bundle? We haven't done any badge bundles for our Chevy fans next. One Man's Treasure, 64 Sport Fury trunk lid. I do not have anything there at all. So nothing on that one there on the 64 Fury trunk lid. A front nose badge, mid-60s, with the plastic insert. This is a bead piece that went on the header panel. No problem, One Man's Treasures. Glad you're here with us. If you want to hang out for a while, you're more than welcome to. Almost 16 inches on this one. Yeah, this one, I think this was like 65 or 66. This is all going to be 65, 66 stuff. As well as a couple of grill emblems. This is another grill emblem. This had screws in it. It was flat mount. It is aluminum Chevrolet. As well as this one, which I believe was 66, which had the bow tie below it. So I think this is all 65 or 66 era. Leo at 5. You're getting all of them. This is a Chevy badge bundle from the mid-60s. Let me give you the dimensions on these as well, and then we're going to kick this thing off. This one is about 9 inches. And this one, since it has the little extensions under the Chevrolet, is about 9.5. Mark at 10. Let's kick this thing off and get her boogie in. Mark at 10, all 3 badges, 1 money. Leo at 11. Michael at 22. Jody at 20. I got Michael on Facebook at 22. I think these are all 65, 66, but I'm not sure, but I think that's what they all are. Michael at 22 on Facebook. Johnny Z at 25. And there's 1 minute. Johnny Z at 25 as we hit the 1 minute mark. We got something cool coming up for you license plate fans next. This is all front end stuff, so it would be the same on any full size 66. Michael at 28. 1:30 has passed. I've got Michael at 28 as we hit the 1 minute, 30-second mark. Jody at 30. Glad you're enjoying it, One Man's Treasure. Hope you're having fun with us. Jody at 30. Just about done. Michael at 33, and that does it. Holy cow, Jody just barely got sniped on that. Michael got that in at about 159. Johnny Z at 35, just a hair too late. That one got kind of interesting there at the end. But Michael at 33 was who we had at 2 minutes. That one got kind of interesting. No, I just think one of these was 65, one was 66. They're both just full-size Chevys. This one on the header panel above the grill. So, yeah, that's right, Kenny. We haven't seen Norma on tonight, so some of these other people may have a chance at a license plate. But Norma's definitely a hitter when it comes to plates. There's no doubt about that. And this is a really cool deal we got coming up on plates next. So get these all taped back together so I don't lose any of it before I get it in a box for Michael. Scott Liggett's on with us. Needs 65 header and trunk trim pieces. I think that was it, Scott. Mike's here with us. Oh, Zach is going all Viking stabby thingy. Those things are cool, though. I really like my Spartans. I don't know if I got any more. We'll have to do some looking. But anyway, let's get on these license plates. This is really cool, actually. It's really cool. Let me give everybody a Hudson badge and think about this. Okay. This is for some swingers in the license plate. Maybe we'll see if we'll step up the plate and swing big on these because this is pretty cool. Starting off with a 1971 Kansas truck plate with the farm sticker. Good looking plate, nice colors. Look at that. You can see the shine on the orangish red. Number 310, 3-digit plate. Dinked here in the corner, so whatever truck they had, they must have had to clear this. Leo don't even care. If it's a cool batch of plates, he's in at 20. So this is going to be a plate bundle, actually, kind of. Brian needs sunglasses for these. Looks great on the back. So good looking 71 plate. As well as another sharp 1972 plate, 310 truck plate with farm, dinked in the corner. Nice shine on this thing. Good looking plate. Back looks nice. But wait, there's more. The 1973 310 truck plate with farm sticker. Great colors. Amazing deep green on this one with yellow letters. Alec at 45 on this cool green at number 310. And wait, there's more. Yes, we got one more. The 1974 farm truck 310. Once again, back to the orangish red, similar to 71. Travis at 46 on this set of plates. Dinked in the corner. These all came off the same truck. The only one that really isn't dinked bad is this 73, but it was kind of bent a little bit on this corner, just not as bad. Yes, it's a heck of a plate bundle. Leo at 55. You're getting all of them. 1971, 1972, 1973, and I'm running out of hands. 1974, the full set, 310 Kansas farm truck plates all together, rolling as a set. Leo at 55, Tractor Mike at 60. Let's get this thing on the timer. That's right, just when you thought it couldn't get any better. All four of them, all farm trucks, all 310. Alec at 70. If I got enough hands to hold them up, we are on the timer. Alec at 70 is the high bidder at this point. Travis, 75. It's quite a batch. Tractor Mike at 80. Yeah, they're all in great shape. They look amazing. Cool colors. All the same numbers. All farm truck tags. Alec at 90. Mark says he's in trouble. And there's 1 minute. Alec at 90. As we come up on the 1 minute, 30 second mark. Alec at 90s, we hit a minute 30. When you figure it's 4 plates, that's still not a bad deal. So, yeah, I need a few more to hold up to see how many more I can juggle. Alec at 90. You divide that out by 4 plates, that's not that much money for a cool set of matching plates. Leo at 91. And that did it. Leo at 91. Oh, my hand's cramping up. So Leo slid that 91 in there right there at the end, and that did it. Oh, man. Alec came back at 93. Just a little bit too late. Alec was still in there swinging just a little late. Leo at 91. Okay, we need to do something different that we haven't done before. And I got 8 or 10 of these this week, actually. So I don't know if you guys are going to like these, hate them. I don't know. We're going to find out. The guy that I know found them, and I bought them from him. But what they are scrapbooks, literally photo albums. But what's in them is what is super cool. This one, I believe, is 10 pages, front and back. So it'll basically be 20 sets of pictures that were cut out of car ads. And they just cut the cars out. These look like they probably came out of Life magazine, things like that. This one is primarily Packard's. Travis at 16. Like I said, there are 10 pages. So basically 20 pages of pictures. Alex at 40. And more Packards. Like I said, there's none of these books are all one car, but some of them are predominantly one or the other. Like this one's pretty much all Packard. I got one that's like Oldsmobile and Pontiac. But a lot of cool color pictures in there. And basically that's what they look like. They just like they decapitated this dude just so they could cut the picture of the car out. Yes, there's a ton of work in these books. Like I said, I've got 8 or 10 of them. I'm going to keep a couple of them. And there's stuff like butterflies, which I don't know why they put butterflies in some of these. Travis at 41. And there it is. There's the back of it. Even have some stuff glued on the inside back cover. But predominantly Packard's in this book. And even in the front, they got some stuff actually glued into the front where it isn't even a picture page. But so like I said, you guys tell me if they're cool. If not, I'll throw them in a stack in the corner if you guys like them. Because obviously every one of them is completely different. They are all unique. They are all totally different. Let's get this one on the timer and see what you guys think of it. I've got Travis at 41. Yeah, they do kind of look like decals, but I literally think they were just cut out of old ads because of the way the ones that still have people in them and things like that. A few of them were cut out of like regular magazine articles, but you look at a lot of this stuff and it looks like the old advertisements. Alex at 45. Travis at 50. Some of them do, some of them don't. Some of them are marked what they are, some of them aren't, and some of them are marked wrong. So 1 minute has passed. Travis at 50 as we just crest the 1 minute mark. So yeah, you think of all the magazines they had to go through to come up with all these pictures out of all these old ads and put all this stuff together. Yeah, it took a lot of work. Like I said, I've got 8 or 10 of these books. All of them are different. And they're all going to be unique. There's the minute 30 mark. Travis at 50. As we're coming down to the end on this one, I've got Travis at 50. We're just about ready to wrap this one up. And that does it. Travis at 50. So, I'm glad you guys like that. All right, we need to do another grease cap, and then we need to do another regular hubcap. Let's just get a grease cap and a hubcap ready to roll here as we're moving along here. Starting off with a grease cap for the Essex Motor Company. Now, I got to tell you guys, some of these grease caps we're going to see duplicates of because I've got boxes of them, but I don't know what I've got until I start grabbing stuff out of the boxes. As always, this one is dinked over here. These were taken on you. These did actually thread on and protect the hubs. So Leo starting us off at 10. This Essex Motors Detroit is all cast into here. You can see it in the back as well. This Essex cap is about 1 5/8 inches high and about 2 3/4 diameter. 2 3/4, about 1 5/8 inches. Few whammos and dings, but really this one still does present pretty well. We've got Leo starting us off at 10 on the Essex grease cap. Let's get this thing rolling and see what happens here. We've got Leo at 10 on the little Essex grease cap. Yeah, it is, Zach. It does look pretty decent considering this thing's probably close to 100 years old. And there's the minute mark, but Leo's are only bid at 10 on a cool little grease cap. That's true, Leo. If it could talk, it'd be crazy. There's the minute 30 mark. Nothing happening, just crickets. Mark 11, Alex 15, Zach at 21. Randy at 11. I got Zach at 21 as we're coming down to the wire on this one. Few seconds left. Zach at 21. Pete at 22. And that does it. Pete at 22. That was all within the last 10 seconds. Pete at 22. Okay, let's do another cap, a regular cap. I told you we'd do one of each. This one you're definitely going to need sunglasses for. This is a great looking cap for our Chevy fans. Our Chevy fans are going to dig this one. I don't know for sure what year it is, but it looks super cool. It is super bright. It is super shiny, and you're probably going to need sunglasses. Or you're going to get your eyes burned because of the glare. Because this thing literally is just about a mirror. Leo and Travis are both starting it at 10, and they haven't even seen it. But it's a cool looking Chevy cap, probably something from the late 60s. Check this thing out. You can see the glare already coming off of it. Check this one out. Good looking cap, kind of a domed cap. Big bow tie right in the middle. This is actually stamped in here. This circle is. The bow tie is actually stamped. They were painted black Let's see. Mark at 25. Travis at 26. This is ribbing is all stamped in it on the outside. We can see on the back how this is all made in it, stamped in there. Definitely a bright cap. Dennis says 68. Okay. Now it's not Newell stocks. It's got some dings and dents in it, so it was used. Probably not for a real long time, but it was used some. But it does look great. Let's get this thing kicked off. We've got Travis at 26, Michael at 29 on Facebook. Brian had to turn the brightness down on his phone. That wouldn't surprise me. I mean, you can see all kinds of stuff in the reflection of that thing. There's the keyboard right there. Michael at 29. Diameter. Thanks, Mark. I forgot that. About 10 and 5/8. Michael at 29, Leo at 31. As we hit the 1 minute mark, I've got Leo at 31. Alec at 30, I've got Leo at 31. This thing is cool and everybody's digging it. Leo at 31 is our high bidder as of right now. Alec at 35. Minute 30. We've hit the minute 30 mark. Alec at 35 is my high bidder. Zach at 36. Ticking down. We're just about there. Zach at 36. Pete at 41 at 2-0. As that thing rolled to 2-0-0, Pete's 41 came in. Pete didn't have another half second, but he got it done. As that was rolling into the 2 minute mark, Pete at 41. Something else I picked up this week. And I thought I'd throw some of these out there for you. I got a handful of these. I'm keeping some of them to do in our magazine sections, but I figured I would throw some of these out here for you guys as well. This is going to be 3 copies of Mechanics Illustrated, and they all got cool car stuff in them. Now, Mechanics Illustrated is not strictly car stuff. So there's going to be all kinds of cool stuff in here. Leos don't care. He started off at 10. This first one, December 1965, has the James Bond Aston Martin on the front. But if you read across the top, there's some interesting stuff in this. Road report on Dodge's hot new Hemi head engine. You know, these are fairly thick, small magazines. And there's, you know, like I said, like we've talked about before, there's all kinds of stuff. And they're bowling balls. The Brunswick bowling ball ad. Le Mans ad for the new 66 Le Mans. Tom McCahill tests the new 150 horse Dodge Hemi. So definitely some cool car stuff in here. Inside the front cover, Ford pickup ad. Junior jet set if you needed to buy a private jet in 1965. So all kinds of cool stuff in there. But going with that one, you're also going to get, can't find the year on this one, the July of 65 Mechanics Illustrated with the Family Fun Vacation new car top camper. Yes, you take your trunk lid off, put your camper in the back. I don't understand this one. I didn't read it. That's for the winner. Whoever wins this is going to get to check it out. But there again, all kinds of cool stuff in it. Deadly Duet at the Sound Barrier. Cars that are running on the salt flats at Bonneville. So lots of neat stuff in here, not just car stuff. So that's one thing about Mechanics Illustrated. They cover a lot of different stuff. Twin I-beam Ford pickups. There's the car camper article. Yep, this one was 25 cents. These were both 25 cents. These are both 1965s. And along with that one, you're going to get one from September of 73, which it had gone up to 50 cents by 73. But it's got a road test on the Pantera in this one, which I thought was super cool. And there again, all kinds of cool ads. Sunoco special. Alan at 15, Travis at 11, and Johnny Z at 20. Yeah, who won the road test, the Mustang 2 or the Pantera? Yeah, that wouldn't take a lot of ciphering on that. First of the 74 cars in this issue. So just a lot of neat stuff in them. Like I said, not just car stuff. Anything, homeowner, mechanical type stuff that, your average guy would like at that point in time. There's the Pantera article. It's even in color. So anyway, I've got Leo at 30 is my high bidder at this point as of right now. Let's get these things on the timer. You're going to get all three of them. All kinds of cool stuff in them. Leo at 30. And there's the 1 minute mark. Leo at 30. Minute 30 has passed. Leo at 30. As we hit the 1 minute, 30 second mark. Johnny Z at 33. Travis at 34. Just about ready to wrap this one up. Travis at 34. Leo at 35. Couple seconds left. And that does it. Leo at 35. Johnny Z came back at 37 at 2:02. Leo at 35 is who we had at the 2 minute mark. Johnny Z was swinging for it, but just missed it. Let's do another can. We've only done one can tonight. This is kind of different. I don't know much about this one. It's got great colors, no cool animals or anything. But it is a quart, and it looks really nice. Good colors, good graphics, good paint. On the Unico permanent ethylene glycol-based antifreeze, guaranteed winter, fall, winter, all winter protection. Travis is kicking us off at 10, but great colors, kind of a purplish blue against the red. It was punched from the bottom. It's got a little surface rust on the bottom, a little surface rust on the top. This is a steel can. We can see the seam over here. It has your protection chart over here for your antifreeze on this side as well. And the guarantee, when used according to directions, Unico permanent antifreeze is guaranteed to protect the cooling system, prevent further formation of rust, not to evaporate, not to clog the passages of the system, not to damage an automobile finish or metal or rubber parts, and not to leak out of a cooling system. Travis at 10, Dennis at 15, Travis at 20. Let's get this thing on the timer. Good looking can on the Unico permanent antifreeze. Nice shiny finish, good colors. Like I said, no cool animals, but just a very nice looking can. Dennis at 25. Travis at 27. Travis at 27 as we crest over the 1 minute mark. Don't know anything about the company. It's kind of an oddball can, so I don't really know much about it. Dennis at 30. It was just in really nice shape with cool colors. And there's the minute 30 mark. Minute 30 is past. Dennis at 30 is the high bid. Let's see if he's anybody going to snipe him here at the end as we're winding this one down. Travis at 33. Few seconds left. Travis at 33. And that did it. Travis at 33. As we're getting ready to wind down here, we've got a few more things laid out. One more badge bundle, one more scrapbook, one more hubcap, and then we're going to do a horn button. We haven't done any horn buttons in a while. I've had one laying in the box for a few weeks. I keep forgetting to grab it. So I got it out to wrap up tonight. But the next badge bundle, we're going to do 2 badges, ones that we don't really do that often, for your GMCs. Yeah, we don't come across a lot of GMC stuff. Michael's on with us. Glad Michael made it tonight. This GMC badge is plastic, so it's probably late 70s, early 80s. It's 8 inches if you count the nubs. The GMC itself is about 7 3/4 on the GMC itself. It is plastic. It has one broken stud. It has some depth to it. Chrome plated with the red GMC letters. The other GMC that's going with this, the GMC 9500 diesel. This is probably early 70s. This is a pop metal emblem, flat stud mount, chrome plated. Obviously the GMC were red in this one as well. And it is also just about the same length, about 7.5 on the GMC letters. The 9500 diesel is obviously shorter. I clean up everything, Scott. Everything, all this stuff, everything that goes on eBay, all kinds of stuff. So stud mount on this GMC. You're getting both of them. The pair of GMC emblems in the GMC bundle. Travis at 5, is who we've got going right now as our high bid as we go on the timer. We've only got Travis at 5 on both of them. Johnny Z at 15. Johnny Z's an emblem guy. I'm going to start looking through the next scrapbook. We're going to do one more scrapbook tonight. Lee at 10, but I've already got Johnny Z at 15. Travis at 16. Pete, 25. Tractor Mike at 20, but I got Pete at 25 already. Johnny Z at 27. Tractor Mike at 27. After Johnny Z at 27. Just past the 1 minute point on these. Johnny Z at 27. Tractor Mike at 30. One minute, 30 seconds has passed. Johnny Z at 31. Coming out of the wire on this one, Johnny Z at 31. Zach is whiskey business at 32. Johnny Z at 33 right at the end. Johnny Z snuck that one in right at the end just as I was going up to hit the timer at 2 minutes. Johnny Z at 33. Yeah, that one was tough. That one was close, that one. All right, we're doing another one of these scrapbooks and see what you guys think of these. Think of this one. You like the first one? Like I said, I've got probably 5 more of these that we're going to sell, but every one of them is completely different. This one's the one I was talking about that was predominantly Buick or predominantly Pontiac and Oldsmobile. So we're going to share this one with you real quick, and then you guys can just tell me what you think. We'll see what everybody thinks. This one is a lot thicker. This one is a 3-ring binder with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So there's a lot more in this one. 15 pages in here. Of course, they're double-sided, so 30 pages of cars. Leo starting us off at 35. Mike says they built 4,700 Studebaker convertibles at 51. Somebody made a comment they made 9,000 of the 50s like I've got. So we'll start off here with some Oldsmobiles. I'm going to try to get these where you guys can get a pretty good idea what's in them. That one's falling off. The sheet fell off. Let's see. Let's do this. Maybe I can do it this way better since they're kind of facing both directions. More Oldsmobiles. Some oddball stuff. Ooh, 57 Fiesta. That's sharp. Yeah, these do have great colors, that's for sure. Like I said, I think some of these were cut out of articles, but I think a lot of these, like this one, you can see where there were people down here. I think these were old ads. I think most of these were old ads out of like Life magazine. Some Kaisers. So just a little bit of all kinds of different stuff in this particular binder of these old car ads that, you know, I think were just literally cut out of old ads. And then there's some pickups right here on the end on the last page. Not sure how that worked out. And then just some regular pictures out of magazine articles. So anyway, there's that binder. This is the next one that we're selling. We'll do another one. Well, I don't know. It depends on how things work out. We'll do some more of these depending on next time I'm back. But that's what it entails for whatever that's worth. But that's what you're getting, the whole binder. And like I said, I think most of them were old, cut out of old car ads. I mean, you look at the back of these, if you can see up close, see the backgrounds up behind the people. There's actually scenery and everything. Like these were literally just cut out of an ad. Gary's got to sign off on us tonight on Facebook. Glad you're here tonight, Gary. So anyway, that's what we've got. Leo starting us off at 35 on the scrapbook. Let's get this thing on the timer. There are a few that are predominantly truck. This one just had the few trucks there at the end, but there are a few books that do have more trucks in them than cars. So this one's on the timer. We've got Leo at 35. $15 pages. So no problem, Kevin. Kind of, Kenny. Some of the stuff is not. Some of the stuff, whoever put these together, they have some of the stuff identified as a year or two off, but roughly. I mean, they kind of tried to halfway organize it, but it's roughly organized. So I'm not going to guarantee you that everything is in order in these. There's the 1 minute mark. Leo at 35. The only bid actually in the first minute. Leo at 35. And there's the minute 30 mark coming up right about now. There's the minute 30 mark. Leo at 35. Yeah, that's why I think they are old ads, because they do definitely remind me of old ads. Coming out of the wire, Leo at 35. And that does it. Leo at 35. Yeah, but sometimes, Michael, if you put a higher bid out there, then nobody messes with you either. I think that must be what Leo did on that one. All right, let's catch a couple of more things. One more hubcap, one more, and we're going to do a horn button. And then we're going to be on to the raffle. We're going to start giving stuff away here in a little bit. One more cap. This one actually I think is a Ford Falcon, believe it or not. Early 60s era. Real clean, real simple, Ford. White, the letters are actually stamped in them, painted white. I believe that's original paint. This edging is all stamped in. That ridges around the edges are all stamped into this one. It is a dish cap. It does come to a point. Mark at 25 right out of the gate. Nice, clean stainless cap. Leo at 10, but Mark's already out there at 25. Diameter is 9.5 on this one. 9.5 across on the cute little Ford Falcon cap. At least I think it's Falcon. I've seen these on Falcons before in that window. And we've got Mark at 25. Michael at 45. We've got this thing on the timer and Boogie, and Michael at 45 on the little Falcon cap. Yeah, it does actually. You're right, number one. It does look like a bottle cap. There is no doubt about it. It looks exactly like a bottle cap. Mark said he's done, so Michael came out swinging on this one. I know exactly what you mean. It's like a twist top with that serrated edge. Great kitty. Great kitty. Yes, you. Michael at 45 as we come up on the 1 minute mark. Yes, this is one of Addie's. And there's the minute 30 mark. Michael at 45. And that does it. Michael at 45. Michael came out swinging and scared everybody off. Yes, it was, Pete. All these were hers tonight. All right, we need a Hudson badge, and then we're gonna do one. We're gonna do a little horn button, and then we're gonna call it. Yeah, Michael, like Zach loved the plates. There's no doubt about it. He was excited about that deal for sure. Yeah, Addie's got a whole semi-trailer full of caps. So. But there's one more little piece we're going to do yet tonight, and then we're going to wrap this thing up. Then we're going to start giving stuff away. We haven't done any horn buttons in a while, and horn buttons are great. They always have cool graphics on it. This one's off a 65 Cutlass with the little rocket set in the lucite. So you can see, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see it in the screen to see the depth. Oh, yeah, he loved it, Michael. He was extremely excited. This clear plastic has the Oldsmobile rocket in here. Okay, Zach wants your contact info, Michael, if that's cool with you. So that if that's cool with you, Michael, I'll let Zach know how to get a hold of you or get you his address or whatever. I want to make sure that's okay with you first. Michael started us off at 10. This is a smaller horn button. It's about 2 5/8 in diameter because this is like so. This is off a Cutlass, so it wasn't off of a big car. Okay, perfect, Michael. I'll Zach get with me this week and we'll get something figured out. But you can kind of see how the depth. You can see how thick the button is. You see the depth in there, and it's got the rocket in the middle of the lucite. Travis at 12, Alec at 10. Michael and Alec are both at 10, but I've got Travis at 12, and we are on the timer on this one. It does have kind of a ribbed edge. It's got a few pits in the metal, but I just thought it was such a cool little horn button. Every time we do horn buttons, it's like, man, you think of the design work. This is just a piece in the middle of the steering wheel. And look at how much depth. And actually, this piece here is higher than where it sits in here. It's recessed the way they cast this plastic. I look at 15, and it's got the rocket right in the middle of it. If you guys can, Facebook can see it well, or. And that's something else, guys. Please remember, I've got 2 cameras up. If you can't see something clearly, let me know to make sure I get it in front of both cameras good. So. Oh, and that's true. Pete says you can get your contact info to him, and he can help with that too. He's got a list of a lot of you guys. So I'll look at 15 as we hit the 1 minute mark. Does still actually even have the clip on the back of it too. And there's the minute 30 mark. I'll look at 15. As we hit the minute 30 mark, we're coming down to the wire on this one. Michael Brown at 25. Few seconds left. Michael at 25. And that does it. Michael Brown at 25. Obviously, definitely going to the right person there. As you guys, if you guys remember, Michael bought the 7098 convertible from me. So definitely going to an Oldsmobile guy. That 7098 was such a cool car. I was excited that Michael's getting something done with it. And then it's got a bright future because that was just a neat car that you just don't see very often. Okay, Zach jumped on Facebook. Perfect. That way you guys can get in contact there too. So. Yep, I'm super glad you got that 98. Something needed to get done with that car. I didn't want it sitting around. I was going to have to move some stuff around in the shop to get it inside. So I'm glad it's in your garage and it's got a bright future. All right, now it's time to give stuff away. Everybody wants to give stuff away. Let's get to the raffle. Then, even more exciting, we're going to give this stuff away. Then we're going to announce the new raffle. All right, who got in this week into the big Buick oil can? Okay, this week's packet. As always, I go through who gets in every week, so you guys know who's getting in and when you're getting in. So this final week of this month's raffle, Johnny Z, Big Job, Alec Blanchett, Randy Ellenberger, Tony Napoli. Tony, I think it said auction, but I didn't have any auction stuff for you, so I put it in the raffle. I assume that's, what it was for. And Lee Carr and Zach Thompson. That's who got in this week. If for some reason you thought you were in this week and I didn't read your name, be sure to let me know so we can get it straightened out and get you in for the next one. Okay, perfect, Tony. Good. I was freaking out. It said auction, so I'm going through my yellow pad, trying to find something I missed. So good. I was worried about that. So I appreciate that. I'm glad thanks for letting me know that's what it was for. So let's give this stuff away. The pump plate, the promo model, and the original paint 1932 Kansas license plate. I don't know where Big Job's at tonight. I haven't heard anything from him, so. check that out. Tony Napoli. Tony Napoli, our Pontiac fan. And I'm sure you want the pump plate, Tony. And I'm going to look at something real quick yes, wants the pump plate. And I do not have shipping information on this payment, Tony. So I will need shipping info on that. If you can get that to me sometime this week. So Tony on the pump plate. All right, Tony's out. We'll see who's going to win the second one. Who do we got there? Leo. Leo, do you want the Beretta Promo or the 1932 Kansas plate that Michael wants to buy from you already? Which one does Leo want? Leo wants the plate. Okay? And Michael wants to buy it from you if you know what you want for it. So, or did you want the pump plate? Maybe tell me what the pump plate. Tony wants to, or Michael wants to buy the pump plate from Tony. I got mixed up there. So Leo, the 1932 Kansas plate. All right, the Beretta Promo, brand new in the box. Beretta GT Promo. You got to be careful as it'll roll off the desk. Oh, he does want to buy the Kansas plate. Okay, I was mixed up there. Let's give away the Beretta Promo. Remember, Tony's out and Leo is out. Well, Tony again. So Tony's not eligible. He's already won one, so let's grab another one. Zach Thompson on the Beretta Promo. So there's our winners tonight, Tony, Leo, and Zach. Get this Beretta back in its original OE tissue paper. Before it rolls off the desk and gets broke before I ship it to him. Okay. Let's see. Okay, what did you want? Where did you send me, Pete, that you wanted me to read out loud? And should I empty this, or do you want to do a bonus drawing in here in a few minutes? Mark says bonus. Okay, Pete wants me to read out his email address for you guys. Anybody needs to send him your information. badboychevrolets@gmail.com. Pretty simple, except bad has 2 D's. badboychevrolets@gmail.com. That is Pete's email address, and he keeps a list of all of our contact information if anybody needs to get a hold of somebody. So bad with 2 D's, boychevrolets@gmail.com for Pete. Get your information to Tony. On the pump plate, is that what we're talking about, or what do we need on that, Michael? Auto Sales Now is here. Let's get an Auburn badge out there. And we got to announce the new raffle. But everybody wants a bonus drawing, so we need to do a bonus drawing on the Kansas plate. Oh, Leo had the Kansas plate. Leo had the Kansas license plate. Tony had the pump plate. Oh. How about we give away some of these from the viewer box the other night? Okay, Martin Designs. Auto Sales Now is Martin Designs. So it's on his other account. So glad you, thanks for clarifying that, because obviously you knew who we were, so I'm glad we know who you are now. Hudson badge. Let's give away a couple of these Canadian hot rods with the hopped up beavers from the viewer box the other night. I got 2 names right here. 2 of them popped out. Who do we have? Dennis Chapman and Alec Blanchett. How about that? I ended up with 2 of them, so let's do that. Dennis Chapman and Alec Blanchett. He's always loved hopped up beavers. Shopcat said he actually saw an issue of Canadian hot rods on the stands tonight. So, Alec Blanchett and Dennis Chapman. And remember, these bonuses do not ship by themselves. They will ship with your next package. And with that also, guys, if I miss something, if you've got a bonus drawing company coming or something, because that does happen. I keep all this stuff in a big tub, and sometimes something will fall back in a corner and I won't see it when I'm grabbing your stuff. So please, if I miss something that you guys have coming, let me know. And I'll make sure I get it in your next package. I try really, really hard to keep this stuff straight, but I get a lot of stuff going on. And that's the same thing. And that's why I always ask you guys to work with me on addresses, because I have so much going on, because not only am I shipping all this stuff, I'm shipping all the eBay orders, all the other orders that come in from, you want people that watch YouTube videos, Craigslist ads, things like that. So it's very easy for that stuff to get missed sometimes. So if I miss something and short you guys something, be sure to let me know, and I'll make sure I make it right. So, Joe's Classy said I forgot the $500 in a bucket I had to send. Supposed to send him. So, so anyway, that's what we've got tonight. Congratulations, Tony, Leo, Zach, and then our bonus winners of Alec and Dennis. So with that, it's time to empty out the big Buick oil can for the month of July. Ooh. Empty. Now, why is it empty? We got to get ready for the new raffle. Glad you guys enjoyed the raffle. Let's check out the new one. I try to mix things up in the raffle, as you guys well know. We try to do different things that any of you guys would like. And I was sitting there racking my brain thinking about what would be different. What have we not done? You know, obviously we do a lot of signs. Everybody loves signs. You know, we've done some license plate raffles. We've done mystery box raffles. And I was just sitting there racking my brain, looking around the shops, trying to figure stuff out. And then it hit me. We haven't done a good badge raffle. Plus, badges are easy to ship, which is even better for me. But so the winner of this month's raffle is going to get a killer badge bundle. Starting off with kind of your basic one, the Ford Model A, the blue oval. These are all originals, shipped over here. This is the basic blue oval. They made a gajillion of these on Model A's, about 2 3/4 inches long by about 1 3/8 inches high. So a little under 3 inches. Yeah, it's still good. It's over on the edge, but it's still good. The next badge is the Chevrolet badge, the 29 to 31 Chevrolet. These are great looking badges as well, with the big oval and the Chevrolet bow tie across it. This is 3 inches by 3 inches, basically. So these are the first two badges in the badge bundle. And these are just basic, not, cheaper $20, $25 badges, nothing exciting. But we're moving up. The next badge in the badge bundle is this cool Nash. Check out this killer Nash. This was also one that had the button on the back that pressed it on, which is broken off. But the badge looks great. Very little chipping. It's got a little tiny bit, but very minimal chipping. It is 2 1/4 by 1 3/4 inches. 2 1/4 by 1 3/4 inches. So those three badges are all going to the first place winner. But wait, there's more. Along with those three badges, for the main prize in the August raffle. And this is amazing. I actually came up with another one. We sold one. I've got an almost perfect one. We sold one for $70 or $80 that I don't think was this good. I think it had some chips in it here several months ago. This is the 37 era Studebaker grill badge. Oh yeah, this is a good one. This is amazing. I love these. This one is, Joe says here, take my wallet. 2 5/8 in diameter, so a little under 3 inches. It's not perfect. It's got a few slight imperfections in it, but it's pretty nice. Even still has a little bracket on the back where it mounted to the grill. This is a slight beveled emblem. It's not perfectly flat. It's got kind of a curvature to it. Everybody's getting excited. Michael said we just blew his mind. Made in the USA across the bottom. I think this was 37, but it's just amazing. So all four of them. The grand prize winner, like I said, I kind of worked up to the good stuff. All four badges. Travis is just going with a card. He just wants to send me his card. I don't take any cards though, so. All four badges. I think that's a pretty good bundle. I hope you guys agree, because I want you to buy raffle tickets. Because some of this stuff is kind of pricey to get a hold of. But it's pretty cool. But what's the second and third names going to get? I mean, obviously the first name out, the big raffle winner. But second and third, we've always tried to do some kind of cool stuff like the Beretta promo and the original paint 32 tag we just did. So second and third place, as if this thing isn't amazing enough. Holy cow. That thing is just... Second and third place, the second name out of the bag, out of the big Buick oil can, not the bag, is going to get their choice. And then the third name out will get the other one. Their choice between the Overland Whippet and the Buick. Once again, both originals, both early, 20s era stuff, Overland Whippet or Buick for second and third prices. Bad with 2Ds, boy Chevrolets. Bad boy Chevrolets, bad has 2Ds. So I hope you guys like it. Like I said, I always try to do something different, but if you guys don't buy raffle tickets, then I guess you guys don't like it. So I'm hoping you guys dig this stuff. I thought it was a cool idea. So back of the Ford and the Chevys, you bet, absolutely. These were both the little buttons, you know, the pressed on buttons where they put them on the grill shelf and squish these flat to hold them onto the bungles or onto the grill shells. So far it looks like the response looks pretty good, which is good. I mean, I want you guys excited about it. Obviously, I need you to buy enough raffle tickets to cover what I spend on this stuff at least. But I'm glad you're excited about it because this thing just blows your mind. So that's what we got for the month of August. And like I said, now August is going to be a screwed up month for me. My next couple weekends are going to be a screwed up mess. But I am going to get on at some point. And, you know, we will get on these next couple of Sundays. I just don't know how it's all going to work out time-wise. But we will be on at some point, so we make sure we stay caught up on things. I don't know where I'm going to be or what we're going to do, but we will jump on Sunday nights. So that's what we've got for the new raffle coming up for the month of August. We're going to give you a Hudson badge to think about it. As always, please, Michael says, whip it real good. Yeah. Mark's back pocket's already screaming. But I'm glad you guys dig it, and I'm glad you're excited about it. And we will, like I said, we will get on. I'm telling you right now, it's going to be kind of a screwed up month for me these next couple weekends. But we're going to give them away here at the end of the month. Let's see, what's the calendar look like? We are on July 30th right now. Probably September 3rd. I guess we'll do this September 3rd. The 31st is on a Thursday. So we got to cut it way earlier or go a couple days over. So I guess we'll go to September 3rd on the new raffle. Tony said his wife was watching. He was out unloading the motor. Joe's class has got to jump off. I'm glad you made it on the night. If you've been missing us, but we're still clicking in there. So keep jumping on with us and hope you're having a good time. Let's get into the popular hot rodding from May of 1963 and catch the back half of this magazine so we keep moving forward and don't get drug out too long tonight. Kevin L's got to jump off. Glad you like Pioneer Village, Kevin L. I'm glad you had fun. I don't know if you had a chance to talk to Monica or anybody up there, but see if you told them you hung out with us and that's where they seen it or not. But I'm glad you enjoyed it. So, but anyway, let's catch the back half of this magazine and popular hot rodding. How to build a top hot rod, May of 1963, with a 50-cent cover price. Okay, you did get a chance to talk to him. Awesome, Kevin. How do you enter the raffle, Kim? $1 a chance. Check, money order, PayPal, friends and family. All that information is in the description part of this video on both Facebook and YouTube. After we get done, if you go back and click on the text part, all that information is in there. Just make sure to clarify that, it's money for the raffle. So that I know to make sure I get it in there. So, but yeah, $1 a chance, $5 you're in 5 times, $10 you're in 10 times into the big Buick oil can for the next raffle. What are you doing, Gray Kitty? Meow. Meow. Yep, I think it is a small block Chevy in that cover on the cover card, injected small block in that little altar. No problem, Kim. And if you got any questions, you just give me a call tomorrow. My number's on there. If you're not sure, just give me a shout. No big deal. But into the back half of this magazine, let's get back to where we were at from last week and start going through this issue. We're going to start off with the Doctor's Delight, a top Midwest show car that has the MD's touch. Dr. Ralph Irish in Lyman, Colorado is a doctor who spends his spare hours to the care and display of a top roadster pickup. Super cool little roadster pickup. Now, you got to remember this is 1963, and it's packing some early old school Hemi power in that little roadster pickup. Yes, a little tiny red Ram Dodge. I think it was a 241 Hemi packed in that little roadster pickup. What? So really some super cool, definitely solid early 60s period correct hot rodding there. What? You're a great kitty. Meow, meow, meow. Now, this next several pages is literally called the Gallery of Cars. So we're going to flip through here and take a look at some of these. First one's called the Sport. The next one's called Alibaba's Altered. One packet of supercharged motor. Let's see what it's got in it. Supercharged 340, so it'd be a small block Chevy. And it also supercharged Alibaba's Altered. What are you doing, dum-dum? Meow. You came back for a visit? Meow. Meow. Travis has got to jump off tonight. Glad you were here, Travis. Glad you had fun. Leo's got to jump off. Glad you had a good time tonight, Leo. What do you want? You want to sit right in the middle of the magazine so I can't show everybody the cars? Is that your point? Hey. I'm going to show them the pictures in the magazine. Yes, the one you're standing on. Yes, the one you're still standing on. How about you get out of the way? Yes, how about you jump down? How about you jump down over here? Come here. All right, tell everybody good night. Everybody's going. Some people are signing off. You say good night. Say night night. Say night night. You're actually saying if you don't put me down, I will thrash you with my claws, is what you're saying. See, that's what I thought. Yes. Okay. No, you need to get down. All right, the Sport and Alibaba's Altered, both packing supercharged small block Chevy power. This whole section is just, that's right, Bill, we're in her way. Never mind, I'm trying to show you guys the cool cars. Firewall gauges number one. I assume that was on the last Roadster pickup. And it does look like it's got firewall gauges. If you look, yes, it does look like it's got firewall gauges. Good eye, good catch on that. So you want a little bit better look at him? I'll hold it up there for a few more seconds so you can get a little closer look. Yes, past her bedtime. Yeah, because we're disturbing her. But back to the gallery. Actually, in the next page, it's the cover car, the little Altered with the injected small block, as well as the horror fun car, Model A Coupe. 1963, Kenny. May of 1963. That's the time period that we are in right now. A couple more of the sawed-off Speedster and the Southern Stormer. Southern Stormer looks like it's packing an Oldsmobile, maybe. Yep, an supercharged Oldsmobile and an injected small block in the sawed-off Speedster on the next couple of pages. You bet, Kenny. Tony's already digging this magazine. And the next article is called the Screamliner. Now, this is a really weird looking front engine digger. I had to kind of study this one for a second. When you look at the picture, obviously, we're used to a front engine digger where the driver's is sitting basically right over the top of the rear axle and his feet right up over the clutch, essentially. Apparently, this idea didn't work because we never saw many cars like this. But look at this car called the Screamliner. Look at the layout of how far forward the engine was versus the driver in that. I thought that was a really unique layout. This next article, this was really cool. Quick developments that keep the accessory manufacturers one step ahead of Detroit. New ideas in speed equipment. Now, I'm going to show you some pictures partially here to start with. First off, Scott's direct port injector for the Chevy 283 327. So take a look at this injection setup. What was interesting about this was designed, when I read the text, to bolt directly onto a stock fuelie intake. So a full-blown injection system with stacks that bolted onto the stock fuel-injected intake. So that was kind of a neat deal. That's true. Maybe the only digger design with safety in mind. That's true. Now, on the flip side of this really caught my eye. Check this out, guys. I bet nobody knows what these are or what they're for, and I had no clue till I read it. Give a few seconds of any comments to come in on these heads, because this kind of threw me for a loop when I read this. I mean, obviously they are a Hemi setup, a Hemi designed head. And I don't know if you guys can make it out or not what that valve cover said. Brian Dispatch is going to jump off. I don't know if anybody can make that out or not. It says Thompson. These are Mickey Thompson Pontiac Hemi heads. Nope. One man church at 331. These are Pontiac Hemi heads done by Mickey Thompson. So that would... New Mickey Thompson Hemi heads convert the Pontiac 389 or 421 into a hemispherical combustion chamber engine. Set up larger valves and larger ports for maximum breathing. It probably was the price of 3 new houses. Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me one bit. I don't know. Maybe you could use one on the slant 4. Possible, I guess. It's the same layout, so... Exhaust headers getting the attention of California Speed Modifiers. Mickey Thompson's cast aluminum split flow units for the small Buick aluminum V8 are at the left. Dragmaster steel tubing headers for 62, 63 Dodges. So these are actual Mickey Thompson headers for the 215 aluminum V8s and Buicks, and then starting to come out with the big 63, 64 Dodges. Tony's got Mickey Thompson valve covers on his 57. That's cool. So there again, Mickey Thompson cast headers for 215s. Mickey Thompson Hemi Pontiac heads. Really wild stuff. So a lot of really wild stuff in that new technology for 63 type stuff. Up next, dragster on a budget. No, it was just just heads. Is all it was just the heads. Designed to go on the 389 or 421 block. Dragster on a budget. What does it cost to build a dragster? $1,500, $2,000, $2,500. Those are conservative figures as a rule. Discouraging? Quite. $2,000 to build a dragster. That was discouraging. It was too much money. Now, obviously, that's right, Ozark Fox, Hemi Indian. That's a good way to put it. What? I can't show them the magazine if you're standing on the magazine. Yes, I know. You're standing on the magazine that I'm trying to show them. Yeah, dragster on a budget. That's an oxymoron. That's for sure. I'm going to show them the article. If you get off the magazine, yes, you. What do you think of that, huh? What do you think of that? They're watching you. No, you probably better not knock the camera over. Ultra close up of Gray Kitty. Yes, you. Can you get down so I can show them the magazine? How about you hop back down for a few minutes? We're about done. Is that cool with you? Bill says he loves you. Oh, now we're just going to plop her butt down right in the middle of the magazine. No, you're not going to just sit down there and plop your butt down in the middle of the magazine. You're going to do it anyway, aren't you? You're going to move. I'm going to pick you up and move you. Yes. Let's get up and let's move. Let's go. Say night-night. I'm a Gray Kitty and I want to go night-night. There you go. Dragster on a budget. That's right. It is a oxymoron. That's for sure. But to a couple of college students who wanted to own a dragster about a year ago, they now own that dragster that costs less than $700, which is kind of crazy. And obviously, we don't have time to get into the whole thing. But it is a basic rear engine dragster with a flathead Ford in it. $700 dragster. Yeah, you want to see a sweet budget build? You don't care. So crazy to think about. That was built for $700. Of course, in 1963, at 75 cents or $1 an hour, that's a pretty good chunk of change, even at $700. So, last couple more things we're going to catch. Some cool shots from the Winter Nationals, the NHRA Winter Nationals in 1963. Check these out. Great pictures here. Obviously, garlets, cross ram setup. Cool stuff here. These next couple pictures are great. the Golden Commando, the Ram Chargers, twin engine blown Chevy dragster. Like these pictures are just absolutely amazing from the NHRA Winter Nationals in 1963. Kenny's digging this stuff. I'm glad you do. I do really try to come up with cool stuff in the magazines and try to pick out stuff that, I mean, obviously we can spend hours going through every fine detail in all these magazines, but trying to catch some of the cool stuff that you guys enjoy, that's what my job is, and I try to do a good job at that. And after the NHRA Winter Nationals, we also had the AHRA Winter Nationals, obviously 2 sanctioning bodies back then. And you want to talk about a wild action shot. We do that 3 times over the parts that you already forgot about. Yeah. Winter Nationals were usually in Pomona, I think. Yep, Pomona. Tony says he's going to have to find it. The AHRA Winter Nationals were in Phoenix, and this is one of the best action shots I've ever seen in a magazine from this era. You got to remember, you know, this is 1963, May of 1963. You got to remember, people are shooting with old Brownie cameras. They didn't have, this stuff wasn't digital. It wasn't instant. You had to have the shot just right. You had to click it just right. It wasn't like we have it today where, you know, these things can take pictures that are crazy good. So I'm prepping you just to check this shot out because it is so awesome. One Man's Treasure has a 65 Cornet gas for the 413. This stuff is right up your alley then. Check out this full-on action shot. Look at that front engine digger blowing the tires off, front axle about 6 feet in the air. Whoever got that shot got it absolutely perfect. I couldn't believe how cool that shot was. And there's more cool stuff here as well. I mean, obviously we got the Ram Chargers, another dragster, but man, I thought that was just so great. That's true. Back before Photoshop, you just had to get it right. And a couple more shots from the AHRA Winter Nationals on the next page, including a 427-63 Impala and another dragster. That's right, Tony. 180 was flying back then. In fact, we've got the results right here. Super stock automatic 1265 at 111.80. One more article I want to catch real quick before we catch some ads and then wrap up tonight. Hot rod body shells of glass. Yes, new developments make the lightweight shells the answer to car builders' needs. 40 pounds of the 23 Model T hoisted by the builder of this. Check this out. Early fiberglass body parts. And they got some more great pictures here. Fiat bodies, Willys bodies. Check out all this early era of glass stuff. So I thought that stuff was kind of neat. And that pretty much wraps us up for the articles. Well, let's get into some of these ads. Yep, somebody did make millions on those. And what was cool is the first page of ads that we saw, because most of that, when we were going to look at all the car articles, they didn't really have any ads in any of that. The ads are all here towards the back where we ended up. And right near the fiberglass body article is an ad for fiberglass body parts. Yes, and this is primarily focused towards restoration stuff up here. And then dual exhaust for Corvairs. Corvairs were a big thing back then. But these fiberglass body parts here were more for restoration. Fenders for 26 to 40 Fords. Fronts $32.50 to $35. Rears $27.50 to $35. Running board covers 32 to 40 Fords. Dash panels 28 to 32 Fords. Body panels for Fords. All kinds of replacement parts in fiberglass for hot rod era Fords. Pete, wasn't Dennis Taylor making Willys fiberglass bodies not long after that? That I'm not sure, because I don't know. I'm not familiar with those bodies, so not long after the magazine. It can't be the Dennis that I know, because he isn't old enough to be doing them. But let's catch a few more of these ads. A lot of these ads were the smaller ads, which are kind of hard to see, but we've got a few more that we definitely want to check out. We'll flip up to some of these. These had some third page ads, so they're easier to see, including from Mickey Thompson, Pontiac, the product of the month, the Pontiac 180-degree dual quad manifolds. Now you can get maximum horsepower and performance from your Pontiac V8. The Mickey Thompson dual quad manifold has 2 chambers, each feeding 4 cylinders on a rotating basis in the firing order, as well as Dragon equipment from Reith Automotive and dropped front axles. Obviously, Dragon is kind of coming back since they copyrighted Dragon drives, so everybody's calling them Dragon drives now, like as in dragon, like fire breathing, and that's what they were using in this ad. Obviously, the Mickey Thompson dual quad manifold, Dragon products from Reith Automotive with an actual Dragon in a dragster, and then, of course, Hot Rod products with the drop front axles. Flip to the next page, and this is really cool. A new magazine, or I don't know if it was a new magazine at the time, but something I don't know that I've ever seen it, probably never really took off, but it looks like it would have been really cool, and I would maybe like to find a few issues of this just to check it out. Model Car Science. Yes, a magazine dedicated to model cars. I'm not sure about that. I'd have to do some checking on that on those Willys bodies. That I don't remember. Bill's one of Bill's many hobbies. I think we've all spent some time with model cars for sure. The next page, some really cool stuff. Sun Corporation. I mean, who doesn't love an old school Sun tack? And high performance air cleaners from the Stelling and Hellings Corporation. Check these ads out. There again, we got to remember we are in 1963 right now, May of 1963, as we take this stuff in. Couple more ads to check out, then we're going to get ready to wrap things up for this evening. The Ford Customizing Guide. This complete manual on Ford Customs, all Fords, only Fords, every model year, old and new, nothing but Fords, covers T's, A's through the 30s, the great 40s, and the 50s, right up to the 1963s. Nothing else like it, at newsstands everywhere May 1st. So they literally had a guide strictly designed on customizing Fords. And they had a whole publication coming out towards it, and that's what they were advertising with this. And let's catch the back cover to wrap up this magazine for Grant piston rings. Obviously not much color in this magazine anywhere other than the front cover, but Grant spent a little money and got a little bit of color on the back cover of it as well for their piston rings. Was actually, for the time, for 1963, you look at all these graphics behind the piston with the pink and the purple. It was the Ford on top. We'll look back here in just a second. So really, a pretty elaborate ad for Grant rings on the back cover. Let's go back to that Ford real quick. Yeah, and I'm not sure what actually either one of these are, to be honest with you. There's the top one, and I have no clue what that was to start with. Tony said he'd frame that page, yeah. Oil grooves on the piston, might be. Hey, no problem, number one. You catch stuff sometimes that I miss, and a lot of other people may be thinking the same thing. That's why I have no problem going back anytime somebody makes a comment, because a lot of times you guys will see something that I missed, but some of the other viewers have the same question. So, and their bottom one is just about as wild. I don't know what it is either. So I'm more than happy to go back and take a second glance at any of this stuff, because you may not be the only one who saw something that I missed or had a question about it. You can afford to pay attention. Well, you do a good job of that. So there we are, back to the Grant rings. We're ready to wrap this one up. The May 1963 issue of Popular Hot Rodding with a cover price of 50 cents. Tony's digging it. Number one is obsessed now. And I don't even, well, I guess the only way to, and you're right, Bill, I kind of agree with you. It's a little too custom. Maybe you can find, let's see, what do they call it? Advanced copies available by mail at 50 cents, plus 10 cents for mailing costs. Send 60 cents to Popular Customs. So maybe you can find the Popular Customs Ford customizing guide, and maybe that will answer your question, because I got no clue. I have no clue what those cars were. Yes. Can I help you? You're back to pester us once more? Yes, you're here. We know. We see you. They all see you right there. Everybody can see you. What? That's true. The car might be on eBay. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. It was a pretty cool one. You want to read it now? If you can see it around Gray Kitty's head. Park it, dummy. Are you kidding me? I think you need to hop down. No. All right. We'll just put the magazine on you. What do you think of that? We'll just put the magazine on you. Why don't you let us get wrapped up here? Huh? Yes. Yes. How about, ooh, put your claws away. I'm just trying to move you off the desk. Yes, no claws. Say night-night. Say night-night. Put your claws away. And you hop down. There you go. All right. That'll catch you. The Popular Hot Rodding, May 1963. We'll have some more cool stuff coming up. Like I said, I don't know what we're going to do for magazines for the next couple of weeks, because I don't know what I'm going to be doing for the next couple of weeks, other than we are going to get on at some point. I'm not going to just skip it. We'll jump on for a while. Hopefully the hotel Wi-Fi, if that's where I'm at, is in a hotel, hangs in there with us. And we will get something done. Like I said, I don't have not making any promises, but we will jump on. And if I'm on the road, hopefully I'll find some cool stuff. We'll have some cool auctions with some stuff I'm finding along the way. But I know the next couple of weeks are going to be kind of crazy on weekends. So Anyway, what else is happening? New videos. What's coming up this week? Like I said, I finally got all the rest of the Pioneer Village uploaded. I'm going to try to get one of those up. Try to get some more ACD stuff up. And I've got it. Like I said, I've got almost 20 vehicles shot. Now, some of those I'm going to do in pairs, like those internationals I found, those 4 internationals. I think I'm going to do those 2 and 2 because the way I sat them, there's 2 over here and 2 over there. So I'll probably do those. Those will be 2 trucks in one video. But almost 20 vehicles you guys haven't seen yet, and more coming in all the time. Tony's digging the magazine. So we got to get some new inventory stuff shot. Like I said, when I'm out on the road, things are a little up in the air. I don't know what I'm going to do. Try to get a hold of Jim this week since he will be heading back from Harrisburg, from Mecum, and see when we can go do that super cool Mustang he found. We've got to do a video on that super cool Mustang and share that with you guys. That thing, I mean, this is Jim Wicks saying he found a cool Mustang. Okay? The guy who has dealt with just about every Mustang on the face of the planet, the rarest of the rare, the 7-figure cars. I mean, he's been involved in a lot of those, and he said it's a cool Mustang. So bear that in mind when we get that put together. I do have some 58s, yes, Tony. I've got a few of them in the yard. I don't sell much 58 stuff because there is one next door as well that I've had for years. Kenny's jumping off. Thanks for being here tonight, Kenny. So we're going to be getting those videos up. And like I said, the next couple weeks, bear with me. I will keep posts up on both Facebook and YouTube as I kind of roughly figure out what's going on. So just keep an eye out for the post late afternoon on Sundays, and I will try to let you guys know what's going on my end. With that, I guess we're going to wrap up. We'll have some Live Toy Tuesday coming up at 7 o'clock Tuesday evening. We will get some new videos up for you this week as well. And I hope everybody has a great week. I would say see you at the same bat time, same bat station next week, but I don't know where I'm going to be, and I don't know what time it's going to be. But I'm going to shoot for 7 o'clock from wherever I'm at that time when that time comes. So I've got to get to work on some of that scheduling and figure out what I've got going on. And I may know a little bit more of it by Tuesday, so I can maybe let you guys know a little bit more by Tuesday. But I will keep a post up and let you guys know what's going on so we can do something next Sunday night, even if it's wrong, which it probably will be. But, hey, we have a lot of fun doing it. It's kind of like when Reynolds comes up. Whatever we do is probably going to be wrong, but it's going to be a lot of fun. And it probably won't be smart, but it's going to be a lot of fun. Just has a tendency to happen. So, anyway, thanks for watching tonight, everybody. I appreciate you hanging out. And, we went over 3 hours again tonight. Trying to keep this thing reeled into a little under 3 or right at. Went a little bit overnight. We had a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun with the Raffle. Congratulations to all tonight's winners. Glad you guys are excited about the new one. And we will see you Tuesday night at 7 o'clock for some Toy Tuesday. And we will see you hopefully right around 7 o'clock next Sunday night from somewhere, somehow, for another episode of Sunday Night Live Chat. Thanks for watching, everybody, and have a great week.